The Raiders.
So I guess they called it right there. Okay.
Yeah. So here we go. We got a 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers as the St. Johnsbury cheerleaders are down below us, George, and we're going to have to talk a little bit louder, I guess, when they go into their cheers.
Green and white.
Well, we're seeing it this week. We got the silver helmets. Next week we'll see the green and white and the gold helmets, and
yep. Boy, where's the season gone?
we'll see the other academy in the state of Vermont.
Where's the regular season gone, huh?
There you go. Boy, it's gone rather quickly too. 11:22. What are they going to do here now? They're going to.
I don't know.
So the Raiders are going back to where they had the ball originally. So apparently the whistle was blown, like you called it, inadvertent whistle.
Oh, I see. They're bringing it back.
So they're going to bring it back, and like
why?
Well, they're going to bring it back. Inadvertent whistle to replay the down, then, right?
So that's the rule, I guess.
Okay.
That's the rule, yeah.
So we go back.
Well, it's obviously it's got to be the rule.
Right.
It's in the book.
So it's still a 4th and 2. It's at the 13, and the Raiders will kick it away. Kyle Massey will boot the football away from the Raiders. 11:22 left here, second quarter. And the kick is away. Massey gets a good kick away. Look out, he's having trouble with it again. Takes a good Raider bounce inside the 40. And that could have been dangerous for that St. J player if the ball hits him.
That was Dan Darling, a sophomore. Obviously, he's a speed nurse and he's only a sophomore, but he slipped. That's the second time he slipped.
Yeah. Of course, alumni field not in the best shape, that's for sure.
I was going to say, yeah.
Well, when
Roland dedicated themselves on defense after that loss to Essex. We'll see if they show it right here.
Okay, here we go.
They really need a stop right
First and 10 Hilltoppers, and they give us to Donovan. Here he comes. Donovan and gets it up to the 45, over the 45, close to the 50 there. And on the stop was Justin Cannon for the Raiders, but it's a second down. It's going to be short here. Second and a long one here for the Hilltoppers.
I'll tell you, they just wiped the right side of that one.
Well, they're certainly doing a job. An offensive line of St. Johnsbury tonight thus far. 10:44 left in the second quarter. Paul Mary, the handoff. And they give us to 46. That's Davenport on the carry.
I'm looking a little more aggressive there that time on defense, especially up front.
A little more. They're going to bring the chains out here, George, and see if he made it.
Pretty close.
Going to be close there for the first down.
I think he might be off a little bit.
9? Okay, Middlebury 9, George. MSJ nothing. That's your score for Middlebury. And we'll keep you posted on that one as we're live here at Alumni Field tonight for high school football. Division I, Hilltoppers coming to town here from St. Johnsbury to take on the Raiders. And it's a 1st and 10. St. J, they'll have it at the 49-yard line. Paul Mary, the handoff. Goes to Johnson on the carry, and he gets it inside the 50.
Number 8, Bobby Williamson, and on a tackle. Nice cut by Johnson, who made the...
that was a good cut. Made a nice play. Picked up a couple yards. It's a 2nd down and 8. The ball at the Raider 49. They're in Raider territory here with 9:56 left. Second quarter play is Paul Mary and company now. Got a man in motion here. And they're going to have him this time. It's 79 for the Raiders coming in to make the stop.
Jason Delphi.
Jason Delphi, I tell you, does a good job on defense.
Certainly does. 6'1", 195 pounds. That's the first good play I've seen him make on defense.
That's a good defensive play there. Let's see if the Raiders can keep that going the rest of the evening.
I say the first good play. I don't mean to minimize what they've done on defense.
They were able to get some pressure on Palmieri, though, the St. J.
Right, you
quarterback.
put it in perspective right there. They got the pressure.
So they got a 3rd and 9, the ball just about at midfield here, and we got a St. Johnsbury timeout, so we'll keep it right here. And as we are live tonight, we want to thank the fellow down below here, George, our cameraman, Scott Richards, tonight, for helping us out, and also Mike Valentine. Mike, always a pleasure to.
And what is Ernie Sewell's position?
Ernie Sewell's, I don't know. We've yet to figure out what exactly Ernie does here.
You know what he is? He's the big kahuna here. That's
I know what he is, but I'm not going to say it on here.
Hey, anybody that could take that troop down to Giant Stadium last week.
Well, he didn't even stay for the whole game. Now, that's a heck of a Giant fan. He goes down there and he comes back before the game is over. Yeah, Joke is right. And I was getting back to Mike Valentine. Always a pleasure, George, to do these live games year after year. And Mike has been always
he's the best.
Very good to accommodate us and set things up. And it's really nice of Mike to do that. So we got a 3rd and 9 here. It's Palmieri on the run. And he gets rid of the football, goes over the head of number 40 there for the Hilltoppers, intended for Buxton, Matt Buxton, number 40, the intended receiver. So
he's the tight end.
Yes.
He's a senior, 210 pounds.
He's got good size for a tight end.
They're a bigger team than all.
He's able to get downfield. And
I don't know how many of them, oh, I see a copper raz here. I wonder if he's a brother to that outstanding young player.
Apparently he is. I asked the fellows here from the St. Johnsbury radio station up north, and they said he is. So
sort of tall like his brother, 6'2", 200.
There's the kick by Palmieri. It's going to take a bounce, and it goes to Justin Camden. Camden, nice move there, but unable to get away from.
Nice move by Justin Camden, yes.
The Hilltoppers will have him just about the 30-yard line.
Got down by.
What, at 79?
79 again, Langmead and 55, Jenkins.
Yeah. So let's see. Offensively, the Raiders unable to get anything going up to this point. 8:45 left, second quarter.
Making a statement here.
1st and 10, and Steve Schroeder, the Raider quarterback.
Not the greatest field position either, but
no, not really. But
there you go.
And, that's West on the carry.
5 yards, 4 yards.
Now West he saw some action earlier in the season here at Alumni.
Yes, he did. I saw that game. He looked pretty good.
Yeah, he did. He looked sharp there, running the football for the Raiders.
He's a senior. He's got his chance now to, really show his wares. He's going to be a little excited about this game.
Oh, definitely. 2nd down and 6 for the Raiders, and pitch is to Massey.
Good block by 33.
Oh, there's the hole right there. Nice play by Massey. Stop, cut it back in.
Good block by Bill Lezer.
Oh, there you go. Those are the type of things. Lezer carries the football, but when he's not carrying the ball,
linebacker.
It's that back's job. Yeah, he's also a linebacker, right? But it's the back's job to block for the guy that's carrying the ball. He did a good job that time.
He really chopped that guy down. He's 6'1", 245. He's a big kid.
He is.
Probably the biggest guy.
I'll tell you, he's a load and a half there.
Yeah,
That's Gross in motion. The handoff goes to West. He's got some room, and Dan West. Oh, he's in the Hilltopper territory. And West on the carry gets to the St. J 40-yard line.
Saving tackle by 46. Davenport, Bo Davenport. That was a saving tackle there.
Davenport does he
was out to the races. Yes, he's a good
job.
Davenport's a very good player.
All right, so 1st and 10 for the Raiders, the Red Hilltopper territory.
That was a quick opener.
With the 7:36 left, second quarter of play. Neiman Gross is in motion for the Raiders. The handoff to West. And this time the Hilltoppers are going to snuff out the play as I was watching the play by number 40. A little extracurricular activity.
Very well.
No, not really. So it's it's going to bring up a second down. Pretty much no gain on that play, George, at the 39-yard
You
line.
notice one thing? There's no penalties tonight. Keep your fingers crossed.
Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen any thus far. So a good, clean football game up to this point. Here's the pitch to Massey, trying to cut it around the corner. And nothing much there. That's a tough side to run on, though. There's not a lot of room over there. And it's going to bring up third down now. The Raiders face with a third down and about 9. Well, let's see if Shorter will put it up here. He's got Lezer and Massey behind him operating out of the I formation. Again, Gross is in motion. Shorter drops it back, looking long. He's got a man down there. Cannon is there. And I don't know if he makes the catch.
Wow.
Justin Cannon on the reception, and the Raiders are in business here. Well, I'll tell you, that was great. Shortle hooked up with Cannon, the Raiders deep in Hilltopper territory.
Justin
and they'll have the
Cannon.
football. First and 10 at the St. Johnsbury 6-yard line.
He used his height right there.
He's
a basketball player?
Yes, he is. I believe he is. He's a very athletic kid.
Yes,
Here's the handoff up the middle. Lezer gets in, or did he?
No, I think
Well, it was
short.
close.
It was close. Short.
So he's going to come up short on the carry by Bill Lezer. Massey checks out.
Not only did, excuse me, not that I'm up there, but not only did Cannon make the beautiful catch, but that was a beautiful pass.
Really? Oh, yeah. He floated that one up there. I tell you, the kid can throw.
Shortle, Steve Shortle.
Steve Shortle, Raider quarterback, loses the handle. And let's see who got it back here. I believe the Raiders recovered their own fumble.
Very fortunate.
Coach Murphy is 5 yards onto the field with his hands up in the air. He says St. J. Academy has the ball. Referee's discussing. Again,
I don't know what you could discuss, really, George. Either the Raiders have it or St.
They don't
Johnsbury
have it.
covered it. Either, you know, it's not a call you got to think about. It's a judgment call, basically. Well, there you go. Tough break. That's a tough break for the Raiders, George. I don't understand why, and I'm not getting on the officials, but either it's a fumble, there's either a white jersey on top of it or a red jersey. You know, unfortunately, it's
I'm just as confused as you are.
yeah, that totally confused me. Where you have to, the officials have to discuss, you know, who comes up with the football. Tough break for the Raiders, though.
Very tough break.
Because a beautiful pass by Shortle to Cannon got him deep in Hilltopper territory, and only to turn the ball over now to St. J with 6:02 left here in the second quarter of play. So a strange turn of events here at Alumni Field tonight. There's the handoff by Paul Mary, and it goes to, let's see, 47 or 46 on the carry.
46.
For St. J, that's Davenport, I believe.
Yeah, Davenport.
Well, so far the breaks have gone in St. Johnsbury's favor.
Yep.
There's no score in the ball game, but a lot of football being played between the goalposts here this evening with 5:34 left in the second quarter. A lot of things happening, but no touchdowns.
Up and down the field.
Here's Paul Mary now. He's got a 2nd and 4. Johnson gets the call. It looks like he may have the first down here, George, as Dan Johnson got the carry. 16. Okay, it is a Hilltopper first down. We got a score from Middlebury. It's the Tigers 16, the Mounties nothing. And apparently the Tigers so far having their way with MSJ tonight up there.
Doesn't look very good for MSJ there tonight.
We're going to have to talk. We'll talk a little bit about the Division I scene here, and of course next week's game against the Raiders and the Mounties, and we'll get into that at halftime. We've got 5 minutes before we get to that point, as the Hilltoppers have a 1st and 10, and they've got the ball at the 11-yard line. Johnson on the carry, and he draws a host of Raiders there on the tackle.
Good pursuit by Rutland's defense there on the left side. Don't think they got much there.
Well, that time they snuffed it out. You're right, George. There was good pursuit.
Middlebury 16.
MSJ, nothing. Second quarter.
So the clock continues to run here at Alumni Field. We're live tonight on Channel 15. Mark Carboneau along with George Mich Braves. Bringing you this one here as we have the last few years. So we do a live football game, live telecast here from Alumni Field. A good crowd on hand across the way. And a lot of people around that Raider concession stand tonight. It's a cool one here at Alumni.
A lot of hot chocolate.
And we got a whistle. Now this could be the first penalty of the ball game, I believe.
Procedure, I think it's procedure.
Yeah, it is a procedure call against the St. Johnsbury Hilltoppers. So the Hilltoppers will be faced with a penalty, 5-yard penalty against St. Johnsbury. I wonder if they call them the ACADs up there, like they do down at MSJ.
Yes,
it is St. Johnsbury Academy.
Yes.
So we'll call them the ACADs. The Hilltoppers, right. Well, the Mounties, they've been called the Mounties, the ACADs, you know, the Big Green. So there you go, the Green Wave. Second down 13 for the Hilltoppers. The ball at their own 7-yard line after the penalty. Paul Mary trying to set up. Now he does. It's almost, that was close. Neiman Gross was right
Neiman
there.
Gross. He had a shot at it.
Tried to get a hand on it, and
he had nothing but open field.
you know, this is a big series, though, for the Raiders defensively, because with 3:51 left, now the St. J faced with a big third down play now, 3rd and 13. Rutland holds here. They're going to have some time left on the clock to get in, hopefully get a score on the board before the first half comes to an end. So let's see what Paul Mary does.
I don't think that St. Johnsbury's going to run the foot pass here.
Paul Mary got a flag down, George, on the play, and the handoff is to 43 on the call. That's Donovan.
That might have been holding there.
Well, you know, we were just saying we've had very few penalties in the ball game, and we got 2.
No, that's offside.
Yeah. Talking to the Raiders, so the penalty will go against St. Johnsbury here. It'll be, they're going to take the penalty.
So they got
illegal procedure.
Take that.
No, they're going to decline it.
They have to kick.
So this will set up a 4th and about 18 now for St. Johnsbury. And they're going to have to kick the football away. 3:46 left here in the second quarter of play. No score in the ball game. Hilltoppers and the Raiders tonight. Paul Mary standing just inside his end zone here to kick the football away. Back deep for the Raiders, Justin Camden, Kyle Massey. Paul Mary gets a good kick away. Camden's there, loses the football. Massey picks it up. And boy, it's a good thing Massey was close by. Penalty flags fly at the end of the play. And Massey was right there as Camden came up on it, had trouble with the football.
Very fortunate. Good thing Massey was right there.
Boy, you're right. You're right, because he was in a good position to recover the loose football and keep possession for the Raiders. This could go against, looks like it may.
Going against.
Well, they were talking to Neiman Gross of the Raiders. Personal foul face mask is going to be against St. Johnsbury. So it'll be first down.
15
and
yards.
that's a big one. Let's see if they'll mark it off. That is a big one, George. Is right. This will bring the football inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line.
All of a sudden, St. Johnsbury's had 3 penalties.
Yeah. The Raiders haven't had any.
Right now, Roman still got a shot. Like
they've played penalty-free football here. 1st and 10. Ball at the Hilltopper 16, and Shortle and company going to work here. Drops it back. Man is there. Camden. He tried to hit Justin Camden.
Overthrew him.
And it kind of sailed on him there as it got to Justin Camden's outstretched arms.
It was wide open.
Boy, he fired that football.
Yeah, he's got quite an arm on him.
Nice tight spiral there. Well, Ernie and I saw him last year when he was at MSJ, and we saw him play against Rutland last year, and that's when the Mounties beat the Raiders last year in that junior varsity game. Yeah, here's Shortle rolling now. He's got a man down there. Lezer! And let's see. There you go. Raiders are on the board. Bill Lezer takes it in for the touchdown. It's a 6-0 ball game. 3:22 left, second quarter of play.
Good thing was Steve Shorter came back after making a sure pass that he should have completed the play before. You got to give a lot of credit to him. He really did. And Leslie made a nice catch, and like you said, he's a force there.
He really is. I think he's going to be going into the end of the season here. One game left, and then into the playoffs. Leslie is going to figure prominently in that Raider offense. Steve Shortle fires the pass to Bill Leslie. Now we've got Meyer. Pat DeMeyer will attempt the extra point here, as Steve Shortle will do the holding. And the extra point is up, and it's through the uprights. Both teams come back up the field. It's the Raiders 7, the Hilltoppers nothing, with 3:22 left here, George, in the second quarter of play.
Well, finally got a little momentum going.
A little bit, of course, what helped was that,
got some breaks there.
Yeah, they did get
especially
that.
the penalties, and
Well, there's a case where the penalties hurt the Hilltoppers, and they got,
took the game away from the Hilltoppers because they ended up punting. And, had to kick the ball away when they didn't make it on fourth.
of course, the Raiders got a break where on that punt where Massey was able to cover the loose football and put him in good shape, and then, of course, that face mask penalty really did a number on it. That put the ball at the 16-yard line. That's, well, the Raiders definitely had the momentum on that series of plays. It's 3:22 left in the second quarter, and we're live here at Alumni Field tonight on Channel 15. The Mark Carboneau and the Mich Braves tonight to bring you the Raider home football game against the St. Johnsbury Hilltoppers. And a week from tomorrow, of course, we'll be back up here. It'll be the big crosstown rival match with the Mounties from MSJ. So
That's the only afternoon game of the year.
that's it.
The regular season.
And that'll be a good one.
Here's the kickoff.
All right, Meyer now with the kick. And let's see, it's picked up there by the Hilltoppers. There's a Raider coming in
Gang of Raiders there at that time.
pretty much
Good
across the
coverage.
way.
Good
I'm
coverage.
trying to see who the ball carrier was for 22, number 22 for St. Johnsbury. That's Wilkins on the return.
Christopher Wilkins, only a sophomore.
Well, he's getting some experience tonight here at
I
Alumni.
noticed on St. Johnsbury's roster here, they have several sophomores on their team.
So St. J goes to work. 3:18 left in the second quarter play. It's a 7-0 ball game on Steve Shortle's touchdown pass to Bill Lesser. And the Hilltoppers have it first and 10 at their own 33. Actually, it's not the 33. It's actually the, what is that, the 20, I believe.
One.
Again, it looks like if he could have kept the speed.
25-yard line, we'll call it. So second down here, and he picked up a couple. Second down about 8 now, and the ball at the 25-yard line here for the Hilltoppers. 2:53 left. I tell you, they played the Raiders tough to this point,
Yes, they
George.
have. They certainly have.
Here's Paul Mary now with the handoff, and to give us to 46. And on the carry is Davenport.
Davenport's been carrying the ball quite a bit.
He's been, well, there's been 2 or 3 ball carriers there tonight that have been the workhorses here. Is they don't pass an awful lot. Pretty much keep it on the ground.
I might just throw him right here.
Paul Mary likes to throw it up though. He's got a nice, he's got a good arm. He likes to. Here's 47, and that's Johnson on the carry. Dan Johnson for St. Johnsbury. And let's see.
Number 30 was in on
We're going to call for measurement, I believe, or what are they going to do here?
Greg Lewis in on a tackle.
They're going to say it's 4th down. He's okay. The Raiders have called timeout. So the Raiders call a timeout here with 2:07 left in the second quarter of play. Kind of a cool evening here at Alumni, but a good crowd on hand, George, across the way. And
Yeah, pretty good crowd here tonight.
I think the Raider faithful was curious as to see how they'd match up against the St. Johnsbury team, especially you know, after last week's, that was a tough win. They did beat Middlebury. The Raiders beat Middlebury, but I'll tell you, it was a tough win for Rutland. The Tigers gave them everything they could handle.
Middlebury is a team to be, got to be concerned about it here once the playoffs start.
I would. I think it's Middlebury. Well, definitely Essex. Rutland looks, of course, if the Raiders win tonight, they pick up the home field. They'll have a home playoff game in 2 weeks. So. Important game for the Raiders in that respect.
Yeah, they got to win this game.
So they're going to kick the football away here. They got a 4th and 1, 2:07 left second quarter, and the Raiders, Justin Camden back there with Kyle Massey. And Paul Mary's going to take it, and he's going to pick up the first down. Well, how do you like that?
Good call. Good call. We got nothing to lose. Why not?
Not really.
Why not?
No.
And,
you know, they've punted a few times tonight, and I thought he was going to run on those occasions. But so there you go, 1st and 10.
I say a good call, but maybe in a way it isn't a good call because you know if he didn't make it, then Woodland could have had a shot. You know?
We just had a flag dropped here, and that was well after the
procedure call again.
Procedure, okay. That was a late flag coming down though, George. It was well after the play.
Well,
boy, I tell you, that was
not very decisive, huh?
Not really. You know, and I don't like to get on the officials, but I mean, come on.
You know, the thing is, I've done a little officiating, not football. You just do a lot of basketball. But I'll tell you what, we're going to be dedicated to go out there and officiate.
Of course, definitely. St. Johnsbury, I'm not.
It's not an excuse, it's a fact.
That's right. That's right. It is
tough. They can miss it.
I wouldn't want to do it.
Or, you know, they could hesitate like they do there.
St. Johnsbury coaching staff out there questioning that one, and I don't blame them in a way because the official was standing there. Both teams had gone back to their in their huddles, and he drops the flag, and it was well after the play. It was a procedure call against St. J.
Would have been interesting if it wasn't the penalty and he made that first down.
It would have been. Well, Paul Mary's got a 4th and 6 here. He's at the 27, and as we've seen,
he's going to run this.
I don't think so. He'll probably boot the football away. There you go. He's the kick is away.
Let it go.
I would let that one stay away from that one, as Coach Norman would say. It's poison, and it's inside the 40, about the
38.
Let's see.
38.
What's Lou going to give us for a spot here? 38-yard line. Here we go. 1st and 10, the ball at the 38-yard line. And the Red Raiders on top, 7-0, George. 1:50 left in the quarter, and see if the Raiders, will they be, now what do we got? Now we got a penalty here. What's? No, I didn't see that flag come down at all. So
sorry, I didn't see it either.
You know, there's almost a full moon overhead here.
I'm not doing my homework, am I?
I wonder if that's got anything to do with it, but for some strange happenings here at Alumni this evening thus far. I don't know what this call is. Here we go. Let's see. Personal no.
Personal foul?
No, we got
offsetting penalties.
Okay, it's offsetting penalties. I didn't catch the first. Was it a personal foul? Or?
Yeah, I think so. It's a personal foul.
We're going to replay the 4th down at any rate. So St. Johnsbury will go back again in.
There's still a minute 50 left.
They're going to go back to punt formation here with 1:50 left. 7-0, Raiders on top. We're live here at Alumni Field this evening. Mark Carboneau along with George and Mich Braves, and we haven't heard a lot from the Cannon this evening. Only one touchdown, so we're going to have to work on that in the second half, I think.
I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
So here's Paul Mary's kick. Massey's chasing it there. Let's see if he picks it up.
Let it go.
He's going to let that go. And let's see it. Another flag. So there you go.
All of a sudden, see, I told you, I gave him a kiss when I made that statement.
Yeah, you did. You said there's been very few.
Right up until about the 6 minutes to go in the game, right? When they
pretty much this first half. The first quarter, we didn't see any penalties. Second quarter action here, 1:41 left. Another flag on the play, and I don't understand what this call is here. Well, hang on. And see, we've had some strange calls this evening, and well, you know something's up because when they had to have a conference call on a fumble to see who actually recovered, something's got to
That's what I say. Another conference call.
Yeah.
What's going on? Yeah.
So the official talking with both the officials talking with both coaches here. Across the way, officials explaining things to Coach Norman, and then here at the near sideline, Coach Sean Murphy being explained as to what's going on. What do we have? We've had a good three or four penalties here in the last couple of minutes. So, well, we're being invaded by the Raider cheerleaders. I might add the Division I state champion Raider cheerleaders, as they.
These young ladies do a great job.
Boy, they certainly do. As they
work hard at it. I know I had a daughter that was a cheerleader back.
Yeah, they really do work at it. So what do we got? We got a personal foul here. So it will be a Raider football at any rate, George, and we'll see. We get this mess sorted out. 1:41 left here in the second quarter play. We're live from Alumni. The Raiders on top 7-0. As Steve Shortle hooked up with Bill Lezer to give the Raiders the one touchdown lead here, and that was late in the second quarter here. So not a lot of scoring.
This is a 15-yard penalty.
This is a big one. So now they'll have to.
I don't know, what was the call?
Well, now what do we got? We got timeout call. There's a score from Middlebury. The Tigers 24, the Mounties nothing. So the Tigers are feasting on MSJ this evening up at Doc Collins Field there, and it's been a tough year for the Mounties, and maybe we can talk about that. We've got Peter Falaros in the booth. We're going to talk to him at halftime. We got 1:41 left here. And I was looking for someone from the Herald. I thought someone was going to join us.
He's going to come up.
From the Rutland Herald. Okay, Bobby Fredette, I believe. Bob Fredette.
Coming up. I talked to him.
We're going to talk about this one. It's been a strange ball game. 7-0. Raiders on top, and we've had a plethora. Or I suppose that would be very good.
How do you say that?
of penalty flags that have gone down the last 2 or 3 minutes. So. And a nice lady from the Raider concession stand bringing up some goodies here at halftime. Of course, you know, we're going to get left out this week.
She isn't bringing the chili.
Bringing the Pachowski's chili, I believe, this week. As it makes its return to Alumni Field here. So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Raiders as Shortle barks him out. Drops it back. He's got receivers pass is complete. We got a penalty flag flies here. As it was complete, I believe it was Lezer on the reception. So Bill Lezer gets the completed pass here, but we got a penalty flag. It's probably looks to be going against the Raiders. We're going to mark this one off here. 1:34 left, second quarter play, and the Raiders on top of this one as we are live from Alumni Field tonight. So it's against the Raiders. They'll bring it back here, and it'll be a first. We're going to have a bunch. 1st and 20. So a 10-yard penalty against the Raiders. 1st and 20 for Rutland. And it's a holding call. It'll be at the 47-yard line, their own 47. Shortle barks him out. He's got Camden and Massey here as the wideouts. Got some time. He's got Camden wide open. Justin Camden, touchdown Raiders. What a beautiful pass that was.
Great call.
Unbelievable.
I'll tell you, that was a great call.
That was a great call. And there's the cannon. And I hope we hear a lot more of that in the second half.
I think Shortle showed something with his arm.
He did. He really did.
I think he showed us something with his arm.
So Steve Shortle hooks up with Justin Camden. Camden had beaten his man downfield. It's a 13-0 ball game, and the Raiders are getting untracked here with 1:26 left here in the second quarter, George.
Justin Camden showed some speed there, I'll tell you. Just like his father was an outstanding soccer player.
He certainly was. Pat Meyer in to kick the extra point here. As Shorter will hold, we got a whistle before we get. And hang on here, let's see what we got. Penalty procedure call is going against the Raiders. And I just hope this isn't a sign of things to come in the second half. They just keep those hankies in their pockets, basically.
Still, you know, they've done it on explosiveness, you know what I mean? Actually, St. Johnsbury can't take it away from them. They played them very tough here until the last 6 minutes of this ball game.
All right, Pat Meyer will try again as Shorter will hold. And the snap is, the kick is up, and the kick is, oh, it's a wide left.
To the left.
Is that how Florida State feels?
Yeah.
Okay.
Florida State kid.
Both teams come back up the field. It's the Raiders 13, the Hilltoppers nothing. 126 left here in the second quarter of play. And we're going to try to get Mr. Falaos hooked up here with a mic. We got some time left in the second quarter here, but let's see. We're gonna have him join us here for the final minute and a half roughly, and then we'll talk some football at halftime with him.
And 4. Can you interject here if you want to make a statement on this call?
On this call?
On the touchdown
How much
pass.
time we got left, guys?
126 left here in the second quarter of play. Peter Falaos, the principal at Rutland High School. Well, I don't want to say brand new because you've been in the job
Not
for
brand new at this point. Getting a little tarnished right now.
There you go. Well, the Raiders getting on track, 13-0 now. They're on top with 126 left, second quarter. Pat Meyer will kick the football away here. It's the Hilltoppers trying to get something going in the last minute and a half. The ball goes out of bounds across the way.
Short of something there, Peter. You know what he's doing.
Please, you know, he's coming into his own.
He's only a sophomore. He's
Yeah.
a kid that's going to take time. And last couple of games, he's come on. Well, I guess he played a great game at Boston College High School.
Yeah, right.
You see,
Yeah, he did. He really did. And the team was down.
you got a chance to
Down
didn't
there.
see that. You didn't see that.
No, I didn't get the Boston. Boy, we've got some penalties in this game, guys.
You know, I was just saying, with about 6 minutes to go, there weren't any penalties. Now we've had 10, maybe 8, 10.
Well, I'd say close to that in the last couple
I must have
minutes.
given
Yeah.
the kids when
Yeah.
they made that statement, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
we didn't have any penalties with 6 minutes to go in this first half.
You put the hex on him, George.
What the heck's on?
How often do you see that? You're watching a ball game on TV and the announcer will say, you know,
Haven't been penalized in 4 quarters
You
now.
know, Peter, you coach, indicative of young teams, you know, young kids I'm talking about, high school, but we're talking about high school kids, so I do see penalties a lot.
all right, Meyer to attempt the kickoff again here. It goes right down the middle. Wilkins on the return, and a good tackle by Cannon. I'll tell you, tough kid.
Cannon's all over the place.
He really
He
is.
really is.
So the Hilltoppers, 121 left, and they'll go first down and 10 at their 30-yard line.
It's in the genes because the Cannons are all good athletes at Proctor High School.
Right.
Yeah, soccer,
As I
basketball.
mentioned, his dad was a very good soccer player.
Yeah.
Played at Brown, I believe.
Yes.
Played at
We
Brown.
do.
All right, Paul Mary and company now will have a minute 21 to go. And it's a first and 10 at their own 30-yard line. They trail in this one. The Raiders on
There
top,
we go.
13-0, and flags will fly here. Wow, procedure
I'm sure
call.
Bob's got the call on it. It's got to be a loose.
Yeah, it's there's a few calls there that have been made, that's for sure. Just a few penalties in this first half of play.
Well, you take St. Johnsbury, Peter, as you know, and Mark, this is the first year in Division I.
Right.
You know, the program's been down. They used to have some great teams back in my days, and even after my days. But the program has been down, so they're trying to, you know, start a young team, and they've got a lot of sophomores on that team,
They
too.
got some nice size, though.
They got a lot of size.
Yeah.
We were talking about their size.
First and 15, Palmieri on the handoff, and right out of the cannon there, 46. Davenport on the carry.
Almost broke that one.
Picks up quick first down for the Hilltoppers.
Quick opener. Like you say, they got some size. They got some size there.
Yeah, they certainly do. So 1:12 left. Clock continues to run here at Alumni. We're live this evening for this Division I matchup between the Raiders and the Hilltoppers. Palmieri down the middle.
There he goes.
Got a man open. Pass is complete. And Pat Meyer was there.
Meyer making a tackle.
For Buxton, that's the tight end. Buxton makes the reception. He's a big kid.
Yes, he is.
They got a drive going here within the last minute here. We're under a minute to go, 13-0. Raiders on top. And St. Johnsbury driving. Palmieri. Pass out to the flat here is complete.
Neiman on the tackle.
Gross there on the tackle. On the reception was 88, Richard Wilkins.
Listen.
It is Wilkins. Check your on the St. Johnsbury side, George. I'm pretty sure.
It is Wilkins. Richard Wilkins.
Yeah.
He's a junior, 185
He's the big guy, 88 there, the tight end. So he makes the reception. A gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Palmieri. And got a man that goes out of bounds. Intended for Johnson.
Good coverage there by Kent? No, wait a minute. Is that Massey?
Massey was there. Kyle Massey. Another kid that has his nose around the football at all times. You know, a tough kid.
Good athlete.
So the Raiders, or the Hilltoppers here, got a 3rd and 7, and the clock,
he's going to slow
35 seconds.
Going to slow this one too. So,
couple of wideouts right side. Is Palmieri looking? He's got some pressure coming. Oh man!
First,
shoot! I believe that was Mr. Delpha.
And
I believe was
Felion. 54 was in there.
Travis Felion, yep. We got a timeout here for an injury. I believe Palmieri, the St. Johnsbury quarterback. Boy, he took the whole brunt of
took a shot there.
Of Jason Delpha, though, I'll tell you. So we got a timeout here. 18 seconds left in the first half of play, and again, we're live this evening from Alumni Field. Ellie's sitting up. That's a good sign.
Live in more ways than one, right?
Yeah.
And he just got the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, I think so. 17.
You had a quick first quarter, but that second quarter.
Yeah, it dragged on.
First quarter, really. You know, there was no penalties. There was no penalties.
All right.
Well, Palmieri coming off the field.
4 downs and out for both teams.
Fortunately, he's coming off under his own power. That's a good sign, and slightly shaken up on the play, but looks to be doing pretty good there as he comes to the near sidelines. 4th and 15 now, and they're going to let it run here. Inside 10. And Hilltoppers not even going to...
Just let it run out.
They're going to let it run. That's the end of the first half of play. It's the Raiders 13, the Hilltoppers nothing. And no commercials tonight, George, so we're going to have to keep it right here. We've got Peter Ferraros here, the principal at Rutland High School, in the booth at halftime. We're going to talk some football and other things that are happening at Rutland High School. And we thought we were going to have Bob Fredette up here.
He'll be coming up.
He'll be coming up, all right.
First, we want to talk to Peter. Peter,
Sure.
it's nice to have you here.
Hey, it's great to be here, guys.
And what do you think? What's your assessment here of this game so far?
This game so far, you know, we got off to a slow start. You know, it looked like it took us a while to kind of find find our game plan, find out what we wanted to do. But they're coming together now. I think our defense is toughening up, tightening up on them, and the offense is clicking better. Shortle kids, you know, he's a young kid, but I think he's starting to find himself.
Oh, sure.
He threw a couple of nice passes there, and he just needs a little more confidence in running the offense. Our balanced running attack has been great. I mean, you know, even with Mackey out tonight, you know, you got West and Lezer and Massey back there, you know, just kind of trading off and really
They're doing a
effective.
good job. They really are.
You mentioned
That was a. We're getting adjusted here as. What do we got here? 31. 31-0. Middlebury over MSJ. Thank you, Ernie.
Wow.
So the Mounties taking it on the chin tonight up there. But
you know, you mentioned, excuse me. Do you want to say something?
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Joe.
Mikey McLeod, he's all. Do you think that has an effect on the team? Being actually he's a leader, the best all-around player. Do you think that might have had an effect, particularly here in the first half?
Well, yeah, it's always possible. I mean, when you got a guy like Mackey, I mean, he's your go-to guy. I mean, you know, and everybody kind of looks to him. And when he's not there, I'm sure for a while they're going to have some misgivings. But I think they're smart enough to realize, and coaches told them, you know, that there's a lot of talent on this team. There's a lot of ways to spread it around. And you know, you can see that they're figuring it out.
Whoop. You lost your mic.
Ernie making some more adjustments here in the booth.
You can hold
Making sure the sound is good.
Just hold it and put it in. We all set?
All set? I believe, yeah.
You see, I always give them you know, I do a sports talk show, and I'm not technology.
I hear you.
I'm technology illiterate.
Definitely.
Technologically illiterate. That's
So,
all right.
evidently, I must have given it a kiss here, too, because we here at Channel 15. And, you know, Mike did a great job setting us up, Mike Valentine. But getting back to the Rutland game here, Rutland St. Johnsbury. St. Johnsbury, of course, is a fledgling team. It's a young team.
Yeah.
They came up here with a little confidence and sort of giving them games so far. So,
Yeah. Well, you know, it's like you said before, mentioned earlier in the game that, you know, this is their first year of Division I, and they've got something to prove. They look like, you know, they've got some talent and they've got some good big kids. I mean, you know, their program's going to go somewhere, I think.
Definitely. You mentioned Mackie McLeod, the importance of his presence on this Raider football team. And I think it's a tribute to these kids. Like as you said, they got started slow, but they're starting to pick it up now. And they, you know, for the whole season, they've kind of looked to Mackey as the leader of this club. He goes down with an injury. Now it's, what do they do? Do they pick it up? Do they fold? You know. So I think they finally got on track. They're coming back, and they're looking good now. They're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I think
they're still going to have to play a good second half because I mean, St. J is, you know, they've threatened. Yeah. The penalties have kind of hurt them, but they're still doing a good job.
Well, they've been bringing the ball down the field most of the night, so, you know, and that could happen. I mean, they could get in there a few times, and it's a different ball game. So, still got to play tough defense.
Yeah. You know, you think sometimes an injury sometimes actually is. It's granted it's a bad thing, but it also becomes a positive thing for a team because you got kids that can step up, and especially you got one game left regular season, then you go into the playoffs, and so it's important for these kids to get some experience behind them. You know, especially going into the second season. So.
Well, it's a great opportunity for those backups. You know, kids like Dan West to get in there and to get some good solid rushes and you know, feel confident in himself because you never know what's going to happen.
No.
I know I was talking to Mike this afternoon that came up. Actually, you were out, so I left a message about. But I was talking to Mike, and pretty much what he said, just what you said, Peter, about West. And these kids are going out to prove something here today, you know, some of the backup kids. So,
yeah, it's a good opportunity. And then, you know, you got Lezer back healthy, and that's a big plus.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he can take it up there, straight up.
Oh, yeah.
And you need that.
He's a big kid.
Sure.
Yep.
Well, we appreciate you coming up.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Thanks, guys.
Glad to see you again.
All right. Nice to see you guys.
Yep.
Okay.
Peter Faleros,
Hang on,
the
Peter.
principal at Rutland High School, joining us in the booth at halftime. Thank you, Peter. We're at halftime here at Alumni Field. We're live this evening on Channel 15. Mark Kermel along with George Mich,
You don't mind holding that, or you can clip it
Bob
on.
Fredette's going to
We're live.
We're live.
Wow.
I don't know.
Stepping
Well,
up tonight.
literally speaking.
Literally, yeah. Bob Fredette from the Rutland Herald and to join us here at halftime in the booth. And what have you got, Bob? What are your assessments here at this point?
Well, I'll tell you what, against what really does look like be a decent St. Johnsbury club, Rutland played a very, very apprehensive first half. Lezer wasn't running the ball with authority. West was going outside when he should have been going inside. Stevie Shorter looked like he was lost a little bit out there. Then all of a sudden things started clicking.
It clicked, yeah.
And St. J helped out with a couple of big penalties, but Stevie Shorter put the ball in the money in a couple spots, and everything is starting to come together now. So they need to keep it up in the second half and put this team away because they want the home field. They want it tonight. They don't want to do it against MSJ next week. They don't want that hanging over their heads.
Oh, no.
You're right.
Actually, you put it all in perspective there, Bob, but actually, when all these penalties happen, I think they got Rutland to think. You know what I'm saying? I think they kind of, and it sort of settled down and then came up with the 2 touchdowns,
Well, I think so. But I think it's also, you might, I suggested that maybe that's a microcosm of the entire St. J season.
Right.
This is a team that can run the ball well.
Oh, yeah?
They got good power running. They're knocking Rutland back off the line with that. They've got good size, but they shot themselves in the foot in that second period. They had 6 penalties, and they seem to come like a domino theory. Just bang, 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 bang. 2 of them, one of them put Rutland back in excellent position to score. Negated a fake punt that would have kept St. J in possession of the ball. Second one gave Rutland better field position. So St. Johnsbury, literally in the second period, says, well, here it is. If you want to take it, here's your opportunity, and Rutland did.
Pretty much. That's right.
So it's very strange the way football turns and everything, But right now, if I'm Mike Norman, I want to tell these kids, look, you guys are really lucky right now, and you better keep right at it and grind it because St. J's got nothing to lose. They're not going to stop.
That's right, exactly.
Well, we said that coming in. We were looking at St. J coming into this ball game and thinking they've got 1 win. It's a non-league win against North Country. And they're coming in basically playing for, this is their season, basically. They got 2 games left next week against their arch rival, Linden.
Yeah.
And
that's the oldest, one of the oldest rivalries in the country?
you know what? I thought MSJ and Rutland was, but
No.
I knew it wasn't. I knew that. It isn't.
That's one of the oldest.
That's quite a rivalry up there, too. Of course, we're a little partial down here to the one we got in our own backyard. We like that one.
I always kind of like the Bears-Packers myself. But this is a good one, too.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And that'll be coming up next Saturday here at Alumni Field. And let's talk about the Mountaineers. They're taking it on the chin this week. Friday night, or tonight, they're behind 31-0 up at Middlebury. And just a tough season for MSJ. Of course, they lose Fitzgerald. There's a running game going.
That hurt. That really hurt.
If you look at their games, they were in just about every game that they played this year, though.
Yeah.
With the exception, and even at halftime in an Essex game, they were in it, and then Essex comes out and explodes in the second half. But the question still has to be asked: so how good is that Essex team, though?
Well, I'll tell you what.
I haven't seen them this year.
Essex has something that I haven't seen anywhere else yet, and that is depth. They've got great numbers. Their offense is good. Their quarterback, the kid's name escapes me right now, but he handles the ball very well. And sleight of hand, a quarterback in that Essex offense is worth $1 million. They really run the ball well, and they come at you hard on defense, and they got the numbers to do it, and that's going to make them very tough to beat.
That's that triple option. Awful tough to defense. Awful tough to defense, and as you say, sleight of hand quarterback, that's tough.
Yeah,
that kid's good.
It works very well if you're ahead in the ball game. It doesn't work so well if you're behind.
Yeah.
But they haven't been behind.
Well, they were ahead, so they were ahead the whole game.
So it's tough.
Well, I'll tell you, they haven't seen that game up there. The thing is, Rutland had a great opportunity early in the second half to turn that game around. They got a fumble. They had the ball like on the 7 or 8 yard line of Essex and could not score. And that really says a lot about the Essex defense. If they can play well and the offense stays in the field and controls the ball, they're going to win out. They'll win the state championship. If they keep playing the way they have been, they will win it all.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to get too far ahead, but you pretty much went out on a limb and said if they do the things they need to do, then they very well could end up being the state champions.
Yeah.
They're going to have a lot of confidence right now.
I think so. But I'll tell you what, right now this is shaping up to be one terrific playoff in D1. You're going to have Middlebury and Hartford on the road,
asleep,
and either one of those teams can knock somebody off. Anybody can win this tournament. I'm not suggesting that Essex is going to. I'm saying if Essex keeps playing the way they have been, they will. I mean, you have to look at them and say they're the favorite.
Oh, sure they are.
Let's look at Hartford. Hartford is very physical. They've got one of the best backs in the state, if not the best back.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna be tough.
You know, all 4 teams bring something really good to the table.
And Middlebury really came on.
Oh, they played last week. They played Rutland tough. They really did. You know, in the state of Vermont, I think outside of Essex, I think Middlebury gave Rutland their toughest test here last week. And I mean, they were just popping. They were hitting the holes. They were tackling. There was some hard tackling going on. You know, and they just came to play. But you know, those teams do. And Middlebury, Hartford, they've always been tough teams.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, if I were going to be here next Saturday, that's where I would be, because that's going to be one tough football game.
Is that at Middlebury?
That's at Hartford.
At Hartford,
yeah. And that's, you know, I'll tell you, it's funny, those 2 teams, they started the season in opposite directions. Middlebury had the easier schedule, and their kids came along, weaned on an easier schedule earlier in the year. Right. Hartford took some awful lumps, but they were in all their ball games. And Mike Stone, after they lost to Rutland, were 1-2. He said, you know, this is a good 1-2, and they've gone ever since, and they can run the table now as well.
They seem that game against MSJ was basically that was a big game for them.
I saw that game.
Yeah. I mean, tough loss for MSJ.
Well, when they lost,
I think Hartford gained some confidence there and said, "Hey, we're a good football team." You know, at that point.
Yes.
Stoney does a good job over there. He really does.
He's a good coach.
As does Pete Brinkley up in Middlebury. A lot of times Pete he doesn't have the horses, and he won't make any bones about it.
You know one thing he has, though?
But they're always there at the end.
He always has tough kids.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
You know, Pete.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. He does. And
they come from Orwell, they come from Shore, and I'll tell you, those kids.
Well, those farm boys up there, I'll tell you.
They're tough.
Well, I'll tell you what, they played 20 years under Hubie Wagner, you know. And
boy.
He didn't take much
With
grief.
a triple option.
He was a tough guy, you know, soft-spoken man, but a tough guy.
That is tough. In Middlebury and Essex today, still use that option, and we saw it last week. Rutland had a little trouble with it, and if Essex runs it better than they do, obviously they run it, perfect.
Yeah.
And I can see where the Raiders would have a tough time. And I guess the key to that, and I've never coached football, but I've watched a lot of it. The key is to basically you stay home and you keep your position. You stay in your position. And the pursuit is across the line of scrimmage, apparently. So it's hard to tell kids that, though, to stay there. Don't commit yourself.
Oh, it is. Well, I'll tell you what. Did you notice this last week? Do you remember how Middlebury was running the offense and how they had what we used to call at MSJ the fake handoff to God?
Yes.
The one that the linebacker stops for a split second, and they ran that play so flawlessly. It was such a throwback to the funky shoppy days at MSJ. I went, oh my God, I've seen this before. Where did this come from? And I asked Ronnie Sal about it, and he said they call it handoff to God.
Handoff to God.
But boy, I tell you what, that works. It's a great play fake, and that frees everything. And if Middlebury, which is a power running game, that can be the whole difference. So a big back hits the hole, and they're off to the races.
Well, they're going to be tough. The Raiders, of course, we don't know about Mackie McLeod. Is he going to be out just for this week?
He'll be back next week.
He'll be back next week, according to Mike.
And a good chance that Quentin Meisinger will also be back next week.
So that'll definitely help.
There's another kid that's been out in and out.
They've missed him,
through injuries. Yeah, he's a good player.
You got any stats for us or no?
I do. I'm going to give them you quick. It's time for me to go. First down, 7-6 in favor of St. J. Rushing yards, 91 to 81 in favor of St. J. Passing yardage, 80 for St. J, 96 for Rutland High School. Nice first half for Stevie Shore, 3 for 5 for 96. Total yards virtually even. Turnovers 2-1 in favor of Rutland with only 1, and St. J with 2. And penalties 6-1. That big second period played a big part in this game, and St. J's penalties and mistakes really opened the door for Rutland.
Sure did.
It really did.
Tom, it was a pleasure.
Gentlemen, great to see you.
We'll do it again sometime, buddy.
We'll see you next week.
Bob Fredette, Rutland Herald, joining us here at halftime in the booth, and thanks for coming up, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
Yes, we are live here at Alumni this evening. And
Bob put it all in perspective, didn't he?
He did. He certainly did. Let me get my wires back around here. Let's see. Here we go, George.
You missing something?
Yeah, I dropped the mic, but that's okay. I'm still on. We're in good shape here. We're at halftime. We are live this evening at Alumni Field. The Raiders have a 13-0 score. And Ernie has another hot dog. Oh, man.
Any cookies over there?
Of course, anything left?
Hot dog.
There you go. Yep. Well, George and I missed out.
That's the price you pay when you have to go on a halftime show, right?
Listen, I appreciate you guys talking so I could eat.
I know it.
Yeah, right.
Big Ernie got it all.
It's the only way I can get something to eat is to Carboneau talking.
That's right. I'll be back next week. I'll be on the PA, so hopefully I'll get some food at halftime as we have the big rivalry game coming up. Well, thanks. We got some popcorn for you, George. If
Popcorn.
If you want some of that. I've got to keep talking. So I'll keep talking while you eat. So.
No.
At any rate, it's 13-0. The Raiders on top of the Hilltoppers, and we'll see what kind of a second half we got here for Coach Mike Norman and his Raiders.
I think
as they get ready, they wrap this game up, and I don't think they're looking past St. J for MSG next week. That's a whole different thing.
No, I talked. As I said, Mike, I talked to him this afternoon. I went and had a nice little talk with Mike about a lot of the things, and he was concerned about this game. He said, "You never know."
You don't.
They got, as you said, as we said, they got nothing to lose. That's just what Mike said. They're a team that's 0-7. He's 1-6.
Right. Yeah, they've got the one win, which is a non-league game. And we had brought up, we mentioned at halftime with Bobby about the rivalry games and their big game with Linden next week.
Right.
And of course, Linden. Of course, we know he's got. They have the Geyer, who was their big ball carrier up there. Oh, excellent ball carrier. But I wouldn't be a bit surprised. You get the report down here, you read the paper on Sunday morning, you find out that St. Johnsbury has defeated Linden in this game next week. Could happen. They've shown tonight.
It's a big rivalry.
Yeah, they've run the ball against the Raiders.
It's one of the oldest rivalries in the country.
I've heard that too. Yep, I have heard it. And I was being partial when I said MSG and Rutland.
And Rutland and MSG certainly got to be.
Yeah, it's right
Rutland
up
and
there.
MSG, I don't think they started playing each other until 1935.
And I'm not sure which one this would be, but
I think Linden is. They must have been playing back in the 20s.
1800s, wasn't it?
20s.
Yeah, early 20s anyway.
Maybe in the teens.
Of course, MSG Rutland have meant more than the annual game because since the inception of the playoffs and the state championship, now that they play the state championship games, so they've faced each other more than just the annual classic every year. But and they've had some good ones down through the years. But we'll be looking for that next Saturday afternoon here at Alumni, and I'm sure it'll be a good crowd on hand for that one, as there always is.
It's not indicative of what both. Well, it is indicative of what both teams are doing. But MSG is having their down year. But that doesn't mean they're not going to come up here and play a good game, because they will.
Right. Oh yeah.
There's too much tradition at MSG.
Yeah, there really is.
There's a great tradition.
Well,
they'll be up here playing a tough game, I'm sure.
They're taking it on the chin tonight up there at Middlebury. The Tigers are having their way. But as you say, you can bet when they come up here next Saturday afternoon, they'll be ready to play football.
I'm not want to analyze next week's game, but I have seen MSG play 2 or 3 times, and I'm very impressed with their quarterback. Very impressed. He's a very good quarterback.
Temple, and he can put the ball up, and he can connect too.
He can put the ball up.
There's a fellow across the way.
It'll be a challenge for Rutland.
Steve Shortle.
Here we go.
It's going to be a good matchup at quarterbacks next week. Here we go. Second half action underway, and the kickoff is taken by number 22. It's Wilkins for St. J as he returns the ball for the Hilltoppers. It'll be a 1st and 10. They'll have the football at about the 33-yard line as we get started here, George. Third quarter of play. Mark Carboneau along with George Mich Braves. We're live here at Alumni Field tonight for this Division I matchup between the Rutland High Red Raiders and the Hilltoppers from St. Johnsbury Academy.
Rutland can't lay back. They got to still stay aggressive here. It's still only 13-0. They could.
Got to play the tough defense here. As Paul Mary the handoff. Boy, look at this here. Johnson gets the call.
Left side of Ray Ryan. Just
Massey was there. Along with number 44, Brett Perenzin for the Raiders to make the stop. Johnson gets 7 on the play, George, and it's a 2nd and 3. So
almost broke it.
Well, again, nothing to lose here. They're going to come out. swinging here in this third quarter of play. Here's Johnson again,
same
and
play.
he's got enough for a first down and more.
Okay. I was watching the left side of the Rutland line. The end has got to stay home. He's got to stay home, and he didn't stay home that time. So let's see what's going to happen this time.
A little early, and there to make the stop was Massey and Forensen again.
He pursued a little too quickly.
And he pick up the first down on the run by Johnson. It's a 1st and 10, and they have the ball at the Hilltopper 47-yard line. As Paul Mary looking, drops back, he's got a man wide open. Pass is complete, and it's in Raider territory. On the reception is number 40 Buxton. On the catch, Matt Buxton for St. Johnsbury.
I'll tell you, the quarterback.
They're scary, George.
The quarterback actually went into pump fake and froze those cornerbacks for Rutland right there.
That made the difference. He froze them just enough, and then they make the reception. And here's Paul Mary, the handoff to Johnson, and a nice play there by the Raider defense.
46.
Well, Brett Porter was in there, number 80 for the Raiders.
Not 46.
Second and, let's see, what do we got here? We got a 2-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 12 now, 10:24 left. Third quarter of play here at Alumni. Live on Channel 15 this evening. Well, look at this, right up the gut there. And on the call, 46 got the call that time. It's Davenport.
Davenport again.
So Davenport on the carry, and it's a third down. Third and about 6 here for the Raiders. The ball, or for the Hilltoppers, the ball at the 20-yard line. They're moving it here, George, at will, basically, against the Raiders here in this drive. There's a hit after the whistle, but I don't think anything's going to come of that.
Looks like it's going to be 4th and 7.
Fourth and
Well, it's going to be fourth and about 3. Well, I'll call it maybe 4.
Maybe 4.
4th and 4. The ball at the topper. The Hilltoppers are going to go for it here. St. Johnsbury Academy. Paul Mary at the quarterback position now barks them out. Going to go for it here on a 4th down. Johnson gets the carry.
I think.
And let's see. He looks to be short. Oh. Yeah, he comes up short, George. So the Raiders will take over. So,
you know, that's sort of a strange call
there.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. It's sort of a strange call. I wonder why he didn't go with that play that really got with him. But, you know,
I'm surprised he didn't put it up in the air.
It's easy to second guess the coach, but
I'm not.
I'm surprised.
I could see where they'd go for it on a fourth down.
Because they were really working on Rutland's left side, and that's where they got all their yardage.
That's where they were going. You're right. And then they went away from that. And they went back to the middle. Here's Steve Shortle and company coming back the other way. It's 1st and 10 for the Raiders. And on the carry was Lesser, Bill Lesser on the carry for the Raiders.
5 yards
And that brings up a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5 here for Rutland. Raiders on top, 13-0 here in the third quarter of play. 8:56 left in the quarter, and we are live here this Friday evening on Channel 15. Cool evening across the way. A lot of people there, staying close to that Raider concession stand, trying to keep warm. There's Kyle Massey. Massey gets the call, and he runs it out over the 35-yard line.
Massey showed a nice move there.
No, he's going to come around here. I think he's going. I got a feeling he might break one here tonight, but they got to spring him loose at some point. But Massey on the carry that time.
That kid's a fine all-around ball player.
He's a good athlete. He really is.
Too.
Yeah. And interesting that Bobby was mentioning. The Raiders look to have Quinn Meisinger back. That'll be a big plus here as they get ready for the playoffs.
He's been out most of the year, too.
Yeah, he has. He really has. Shortle, the handoff, and this is West, Dan West.
Wow.
And across the other side of the field, and the far side goes out of bounds, but he looks to be in, let's see, where are they going to mark this here? Short of the 50.
Dan West, 5'11", 170-pound senior.
He's got some speed.
He showed speed there. He made a nice
really
move there.
We've seen him most of the season there. And the times that he's seen action, he certainly is a speedster. 1st and 10, the ball at the Raider 48-yard line. Shortle barks him out. Hand off again to West. He gets it into Hilltopper territory, and that's where he'll be stopped, just over the 50-yard line.
About 2 yards, 2.5 to 3 yards. Yeah, 4 yards, 3 yards.
So we got a 2nd and 7, a pickup of 3 on the play. Looks like it was more than 3 yards, but I don't really.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah. 2nd down 7, 7:37 left here in the 3rd quarter of play from Alumni, and
John O'Malley
got a man in motion. That's Neiman Gross. The handoff. Bill Lezer breaks the tackle, still going, carrying a couple of Hilltoppers with him.
I'll tell you.
Boy, here we go.
He showed what he could do with that 245 pounds. So I'll tell you,
Right
he's
about
a
that.
tough kid.
He is a load there. As Lezer came right up the gut, picked up a Raider 1st down, and they're going to be in great shape here. They're deep in Hilltopper territory. 1st and 10, the ball at the St. J 27-yard line. Shortle. Hand off to Massey, stutter steps, and
he made something out of nothing, I guess.
basically. He was hemmed in there pretty much by the St. Johnsbury defense.
Got about a yard, half a yard.
So it'll be a 2nd down now. 2nd down at about 9. Oh, what do we got here? 37-0. 37-0. The Tigers over the Mounties, George, tonight up at Middlebury. And here's West on the carry. Dan West trying to cut it back outside, and a good run by Danny West.
Pretty quick.
Well, he is. He gets through the line, and he just kind of uses his footwork. They got some weapons, though. I mean, they've got the weapons. You got Mackey coming back next week. Mackey McLeod, Dan West, Lezer's running hard for him. I mean, that's going to be key. If they can stay away from the injuries next week, and hopefully get into the playoffs healthy. I think we're going to see. I'm going out on a limb. We're going to see another Rutland-Essex rematch.
I think so.
That's what I think. There's Shortle and Givas to Lezer, and Bill running hard.
Going to the 5.
Pretty close to the 5-yard line. Just about at the 6, I would say. 2nd down. And a long 2 here for the Raiders. The ball, we'll call it the 5. He's got O'Malley out there as a wide out.
Yeah, O'Malley's been wide here in the last 3
Candid in motion to give us to Lezer.
Pretty close.
I believe it was Lezer on the carry.
Right around the goal line here.
You know, Lezer's been running hard, but last week he was the key, though, in that drive, that touchdown drive for the Raiders, though, when Mackey went out and he was hurt, and Lezer took over. And you could see then that just how important he was to that Raider win last week, really.
Oh, sure. Well, he's a big guy.
Yeah, he really is. Well, we got a timeout called by the Raiders, and timeout call with 5:12 left here in the 3rd quarter play. The Raiders leading 13-0 over the St. Johnsbury Academy Hilltoppers. The Mounties up in Middlebury tonight, and having a tough time with the Tigers. But there's, you know, like as we talked about it at halftime, Middlebury, a tough team coming on. As the season progressed, came on, got a little tougher each game, and now I think it was they lost a tough one here at Rutland, but it made them a better team just the same.
Yeah.
And they regrouped, And they're having their way with the Mounties tonight up there, but be interested to see how they make out at Hartford next week. Big game over there in Division I.
That's a big game.
So the Raiders now looking to punch one in here with 5:12 left in the third quarter play, as Shortle has Lezer and West behind them. Give us to Lezer, and Lezer, the signal is touchdown. Raiders, Bill Lezer on the carry, and the Raiders go up 19-0 here with 5:09 left in the third quarter of play.
That was a good sustained drive for Rutland.
Well, that was. They ran a lot of...
and most of it was on the ground.
Pretty much. Lezer did the bulwark, basically, and they ran some time off the clock. 5:09 left here in the third quarter. So Pat Meyer to attempt the extra point for the Raiders, as Shortle will hold. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. So the teams come back up the field. It's the Raiders 20 and the Hilltoppers nothing. And we're live tonight at Alumni Field. Pleasure to bring you this telecast here on Channel 15. We want to thank once again Scott Richards, our cameraman down below here, George. And also Mike Valentine. I want to thank Mike also. I haven't even watched the monitor tonight.
Well,
I'm not used to.
We've been moving around a lot tonight.
No, we have, yeah.
It's cold,
pretty much
yeah.
a little bit warmer, we'd be all right. But things have cooled off here this
maybe
evening.
Maybe we had an enclosed
yeah, that'd
press
be nice.
box here with
The glass,
a little heat.
glass,
You know,
a little space heater, maybe. Well, as the season winds down here, of course the temperatures start to fall too at the same time.
Well, typical October.
It's one of those seasons where it opens up in August and you got a nice balmy night, you know, for Friday night football, and it ends in the cold of November there. And your teams are lucky enough to get into the playoffs and the championship game in November. But hopefully the Raiders will be there. They're taking a step in the right direction tonight by a win tonight, and they'll be at home for the playoffs, and then they'll go from there. So Pat Meyer ready to kick here. The Hilltoppers awaiting the boot with 5:09 left in the third quarter. And Wilkins gets the return as Wilkins. And he gets it up. Let's see where they're going to spot this here.
Tonight's game is brought to you by RCT in St. Johnsbury. RCT in St. Jay provides a commuter bus service.
Yeah, just about at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for St. Johnsbury. And they'll have it at the 35-yard line here with 5:03 left in the third quarter play. And the Hilltoppers trailing the Raiders 20-0 now as Paul Mary marks them out. Johnson gets the carry. Johnson now. Tough kid.
This is the play that's really the bread and butter play.
And Johnson seems to be the ball carrier they use when they go to that right side here.
This is where they got most of their yardage.
Yeah, surprising that they didn't use it where they had that 4th down.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Earlier.
They didn't use it.
And they chose not to. They chose to go to the left side or up the middle on a run.
I think it was up the middle and on the left side.
Paul Mary barks him out, hand down. Oh, we got a reverse.
Reverse.
And he's got some room down there across the way in midfield. Still going. That's Donovan on the reverse. Tricky play, George.
Good call.
What's a good
Hey,
call?
razzle dazzle, double reverse. Good call.
Hey, why not? As Donovan got the reverse, took it over midfield. He's in Raider territory, and the Hilltoppers here. I'll tell you, they're not going away.
No, they're
They're
not.
down 20-0, but they're staying in the ball
Still
game.
plenty of time.
They're playing tough here. And so St. Johnsbury has a 1st and 10. The ball at the Raider 42-yard line. Paul Mary now drops, rolls here. Look out. He got some pressure. 54, Travis Fellion for the Raiders was there.
And also Greg Lewis, number 30.
Lewis was there too as they applied the pressure to Palmieri, and it was no place to go, no man's land there. With
that's about 9 yards on that.
Yeah, it was a loss on the play. Second down and about 16 now. And the ball at the 48-yard line of the Raiders. Palmieri to give to Johnson. Johnson
there's that play again. Okay.
Keeps the legs moving.
Roman pretty well closed that down that time. Pretty well closed it down.
Brett Perenzin was there.
Stayed home.
So we got a 3rd and 15 now. The ball at the Raider 47-yard line. So here's a big play coming up for St. Johnsbury now. The Hilltoppers looking at a 3rd and 15. And you got to figure it's a passing down here, but let's see what Palmieri and company have in the store here as Palmieri barks him out. Looking now, he's got some pressure coming back to get the pass here was number 11. And he got stopped. Hamilton, Chris Hamilton, number 11 with the reception.
Neiman Gross was in on that play, 54. Travis
Fellion and Gross were there to make the stop on Hamilton. So to bring up a 4th down, the Hilltoppers will have to
Greg Lewis was in there too.
Boot the football away. 4th down and 14, the ball at the 46.
Better kick it away. I don't think there'll be any.
We assume he's going to kick. We'll see though.
I don't think there'll be any around.
Palmieri gets the nice boot away, and it's taken by Massey. Kyle Massey changing directions. Nice return by Massey. Got a flag coming down at the end of the play, as there might have been some extra curricular activity there at the end of the that play there. So it looks like it may be against the Raiders. I think there was some contact there after the play, after the whistle was blown. So it looks to be going against the Raiders here. Personal foul. Personal foul penalty will go against the Raiders, and they'll mark this one off.
You're ahead 20-0. There's no need for that.
Not really. I mean, you're use your head.
Kids are kids.
Oh yeah.
You never know.
Definitely is. So we have a.
I say they're kids, but they should know better. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah. Well, if you're a disciplined team, you get the lead.
That's got to infuriate a coach.
If it's a close game, you definitely want to.
Yeah.
You could cause some problems if it's a close game and you don't realize sometimes. You get caught up in the emotion. Let's face it, you know as well as I do, football is an emotional sport.
Very
emotional. It's an emotional game.
And very physical.
It really is. 1st and 10 now. The Raiders go to work. 2:15 left. And a handoff to Lezer. Lezer's got some room here. Still going. Finally bounced out of bounds. And down below here is Lezer. Hurdles the bench and
you know, I haven't had a chance
picks up some great yardage for the Raiders.
I haven't had a chance to see much of him this year, but my goodness, for a 245-pound kid, he's got some speed.
He really does.
You know, he can turn it on.
Last year, he came into his own at the Hartford game last year. And I remember him last year against the Hurricanes, and he played an important part in that win over there at Hartford. So here we go. We got a 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Shortle and company here as Steve Shortle's got a man in motion. And a handoff to Dan West, 2nd man through, and a flag flies. Penalty marker down on the field, so see what the call is.
That's at the line of scrimmage or downfield?
I think it was at the line of scrimmage here. Let's see.
That could be a hold.
Yeah. Procedure call against the Raiders. And this is going to drop them back 5 yards. 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter play. The Raiders 20 and the Hilltoppers nothing. And this Division I matchup this evening on Channel 15 live here at Alumni Field. Good to say that at least once a year, George. I really enjoy doing this.
I was just going to say, you know, we only do this once a year, and it's always a pleasure.
Yeah. And we always, no matter who we've had for matchups here with the Raiders, always a good, exciting ball game. And
I mean, you know, the the score isn't really indicative of, it's fairly
No,
close game.
it really isn't. It's been a
They-
much closer
first
game.
half-
Here's Short will fire it across. He's got Camden. Justin Camden on the reception, deep in the Hilltopper territory. There's a kid that's come into his own tonight, and Camden. And a good pair of hands, but he's got a fella back there that can throw the football to him. So they hook up again.
He's a junior, 6'2", 175 pounds, with speed.
He really does. Yeah, he does. Boy, he showed me something.
And good hands.
He made that catch down there back in the first
Great hands
half.
on that catch.
Oh, yeah, just before going out of bounds. So Camden and the Raiders first and 10 at the Hilltopper 25. That's West in motion. The handoff to Lezer up the gut. And big play there, 55.
On the 55, really
Pretty
good.
happy.
Yeah, he's happy, and he should be. He made a great play. Jenkins.
Blake Jenkins on the tackle there.
240. 6'1", 240, he's a senior.
So Jenkins makes the stop on Lezer, and it's a 2nd down and 10. Pretty much no gain on the play. Well, they give him a yard. 2nd down and 9 here. Ball to 24. Shortle barks him out. He's got Massey in motion. Massey's got the ball, and he's got some speed here. And he cut it back inside. I thought he was going to.
Missed the block there. He would have gone.
So Gross had the block, but
A lot of deception on that
Massey
play.
took it inside. Hilltopper is able to make the stop on Kyle Massey, but let's see what he picked up. It is a first down. He was able to pick up the first down. 1st and 10, ball to 13 now. And the clock continues to run. 45 seconds left here. Shortle barks him out. Dan West taking it wide, cutting it back in. West.
What a move.
And West is going to get in for the score. What a run by Dan West, George. I don't know how boy, he started, went to his right, cut it
Did a
back.
little dipsy-doodle stuff.
I guess he did, but Dan West gets in the end zone from 13 yards out, puts the Raiders up 26-0.
Folks that are watching this on TV tonight, they got a good show on that one.
Well, they sure did, yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have replay. Maybe we can work that in at some point.
We'll talk to Mike
Maybe
about
next
that.
year, yeah. So Marr will attempt the extra point here. Shortle will hold. And the snap is down, the kick is away, and they're going to say it's no good. So both teams come back up the field. It's the Raiders 26, Hilltoppers nothing. Okay, MSJ's just scored a Zach Turner pass from Colin Temple, 21 yards. And Ojala gets the point after, so it's 37-7 now. As Mounties are on the board up in Middlebury. And here at Alumni, where we're live tonight, we got 34 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter of play. It's 26-0. The Raiders over the Hilltoppers here this evening. Division I matchup live on Channel 15. Mark Carboneau along with George Mich Braves. And Raiders look to have finally got on track here in the 2nd half, George.
Oh, yeah. They're putting it together now, both offensively and defensively, and well, they've had the ball most of this
Pretty
quarter.
much. The Hilltoppers couple of drives and
They've only had
3 downs and out basically for St. Johnsbury. The Raiders with that 13-0 lead at halftime and adding a couple of TDs here in this 3rd quarter to go up 26-0 now. And Marr's kick. See, it's taken by, I believe it's number 28 down there. That's Goodwin, Brian Goodwin on the return. And they're to make the stop for the Raiders. Let's see,
32 is Dave Turrell.
Dave Turrell.
He's a junior, 5'7", 175 pounds. He's got down there in a hurry.
28 seconds left here, 3rd quarter. And the Raiders up 26-0 and look to be on their way for a home playoff game here as the Division I season rolls along. One regular season game left for the Raiders next week.
Only one regular season game left.
And here's Paul Mary, the handoff to Johnson. You know, there's a tough running kid, Johnson.
He is a good runner, strong runner. Another flag in the backfield.
He's a sophomore too, just a sophomore at Johnson. So we got a penalty. We got a holding penalty.
Holding penalty against St. J.
Against the St. Johnsbury Hilltoppers here. They'll assess this against St. J, and it'll drop him back. There's the call. So we go back to the 15. It'll be, let's see, first and 20 now. And the ball at the St. Johnsbury 15-yard line. Clock continues to run. We're inside 20 seconds. And Paul Mary, the Hilltopper quarterback, marks him out. Drops it back, got a man over the middle, wide open. Pass is complete. And he's still going. George, he picked up an extra 5 yards. He was in St. J territory, and he broke it into Raider territory.
That was Matt Buxton.
Buxton on the reception. Nice play by St. Johnsbury.
Good call by St. Johnsbury.
I tell you, Paul Mary got a good arm, a good-looking passer. When he throws it up, maybe they should put it up a little more often here. But nice play by St. Johnsbury. We got a timeout called on the field, and we'll keep it right here. So we're live, and we're going to stay here at Alumni Field this evening. So a big matchup here for the Raiders. They've a little slow start. Got the halftime lead, 13-0. Still a little in jeopardy at that point.
Well, sure.
So it was important for the Raiders to come out and get something going in that third quarter of play, and they certainly have. As we get ready to start the fourth quarter now of this one, and again, we're live here at Alumni. Good crowd on hand. The bleacher's not completely full, but a lot of people on the bank across the way, and I'm sure this place will be jumping next Saturday afternoon as the Mounties will travel up to Alumni, and the annual
they come from all over the country for that game.
They certainly do, don't they?
You know, that's the homecoming game, really.
Yeah, you're right. It really is.
We don't have a homecoming per se, but
no, that's true.
But it's really
it's turned into one of the big social events in the city of Rutland, I guess, for years. You see people that you haven't seen for quite a while, and it's always a good football game.
And you always go and have a big doings there, like the old days used to be the KSC.
Yeah, the old KSC, the carriage room. Yeah,
carriage room, the Palms. They go to the Palms.
All right, here's Paul Mary and company. Here we go, and on the give is Donovan, and Donovan gets it deep in the Raider territory. There's the St. Johnsbury now.
Caught rolling unaware.
Boy, he really did, as he picks up a first down. The Hilltoppers knocking on the door here. They're inside the 20-yard line of the Raiders. 11:52, we're just underway into the fourth quarter of play. And it's 26-0. The Raiders on top here, but St. J looking to get into the scoring column here. Paul Mary now, the handoff to Johnson. And Johnson on the carry.
About three.
Just about 3 or 4 yards on the play, George. Let's see, it's going to be
second and 6.
Second and 5. 11:18 left. Let's see, the Raider defense is up to the test here. Got a man in motion. He drops back. Paul Mary over the middle. We got interference.
Interference.
Yeah, pass interference is going to go against the Raiders. And there's some contact here by Kyle Massey on the intended receiver. I believe was number 11.
He sort of tripped and ran into him.
Yeah, I don't think it was on purpose, really.
It looked like he tripped.
Yeah. So he was throwing in there, and it was Hamilton.
That is obvious. It was interference. No question.
What's that now? 43-7. Okay. Ernie's giving us a score from Middlebury. The Tigers up 43-7 over MSJ. What do we got?
The score of the MSJ Middlebury game is 43.
So we got a first down now. The penalty against Rutland on that call. He assessed that. First and goal at the 7.
That's the distance of the ball.
Palmieri, there's the handoff inside, ball in, standing up, touchdown, St. Johnsbury on the board is Donovan. Donovan gets in for the St. Johnsbury touchdown.
Big hole, you could have driven a truck through it right there.
10:53
He
left.
looked like a truck, like
Well, he did, didn't he?
Big kid, yeah.
So with 10:53 left here in the fourth quarter of play, the St. Johnsbury Hilltoppers on the board, 26-6 now. Raiders with the lead, and now they're going to go for 2 here as Palmieri single set back behind them. Drops it back over the middle, got a whistle on the play, pass goes
I think it
incomplete.
was another procedure call.
Yep. There you go. Illegal procedure against the Hilltoppers. So they'll replay the attempt here to go for the 2 points. Tony Palmieri, the senior quarterback. We'll go for the 2 points here. It's a 26-6 ball game. 10:53 left here in the fourth quarter of play. Got a couple of wideouts both sides. Palmieri drops it back, got some pressure, and he's not going to get it out. Neiman Gross in there for the Raiders, and the 2-point attempt will be no good. They'll come back up the field. The Raiders 26 and the Hilltoppers 6. How's that popcorn, George?
Well,
it's the only trouble with doing the game, you know, we didn't
get a chance.
We didn't get in on the
for our
halftime
goodies,
treats.
did we?
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Well,
Of course, Ernie got them all, so but that's usually the case.
ate all the cookies.
Oh yeah, yeah. How many cookies you have there, young fella? Yeah, all of them. That's what I figured. Yeah. Now I know what your job is up here. Yeah. All right, fourth quarter action. We're live here at Alumni Field this evening here on Channel 15. We have 10:53 left in the fourth quarter of play. It's 26-6. The Hilltoppers finally on the board here late in the game, George, but they've had some good drives. The penalties have killed them though earlier.
They're not that bad a looking team.
No, not really. I think they've played exceptionally well against this Raider squad tonight. St. Johnsbury making the trip down here. First year in Division I, and they've taken their lumps and bruises here in D1, but the onside kick is covered by the Raiders. And let's see, I'm not sure who that was. 31, I believe. Was that? Yeah, it was Ted Saimuka, I believe, covered the football for the Raiders.
Saimuka, right? He's a senior.
Well, he looks. Apparently, they knew it was coming because Coach Norman had all the sure-handed people up on the line there, the backs and the wide receivers and
the basketball player.
Yeah. So first and 10 for the Raiders as West is in motion. There's a reverse. Neiman Gross going to take it around the corner. He's got some speed, and they finally get him down. He breaks it close to the 40-yard line. Neiman Gross.
First time they used that play.
That's the first time I've seen it tonight. I think they've, if I'm not mistaken, they used it. I think they used it down at BC against BC High, if I'm not mistaken. But at any rate, we've got a 2nd and 5. Gain of 5 on the play. Ball at the 43-yard line of St. Johnsbury as Shorto barks him out. And first man through is Bill Lezer on the carry. And we got a
Pretty close to first down.
Timeout here. They're going to have to measure or what? Looks like
Pretty
no,
close.
they give it to him. Yeah.
They gave it to him.
First down. So the Raiders pick up the first down on the carry by Bill Lezer.
Let's see if Ronnie can answer on this one.
So the Raiders now looking to run some time off that clock. There's 10:33 left here in the fourth quarter of play, and they're up 26-6 over the Hilltoppers. Here's Shortle, pitch back to Massey, and it looked like swing your partner, don't go there for a second.
For sure, yeah. I didn't know anywhere.
Good play by the St. Johnsbury defense.
Actually, lost the.
So we got a second down and 12 now. Second down and 12 for the Raiders. 9:58 left here in the fourth quarter of play. And Steve Shortle, Raider quarterback, couple of setbacks behind him, drops it back. He's got a man open. This is Gross. He's got some room here. And even Gross gets it over the 30, inside the 30 to 25-yard line. So now they're using Gross as
yeah, I was just going to say, you're right. Yeah, Gross is probably a guy, probably maybe one of the fastest, not the fastest kid on the field.
Yeah, definitely.
For Rutland here.
And I think it's...
and he's trying to break them out.
Well, you know,
he's going out.
What's good is the fact that they're utilizing them. And there's something that we may see next week and down the road.
Right.
You know, you're going to see some kids here again. Justin Cannon in now. He's a wide out on the right side. Shortle going. Oh, Massey, what a catch! Kyle Massey with the touchdown.
Great ball, great catch.
Oh, unbelievable. Now they're lighting it up now, and Massey, boy, I'll tell you. Got the Shortle pass. Massey goes in for the touchdown. It's 32-6. The Raiders on top.
Actually,
And,
behind us.
it was kind of behind him, and it was like he was running and the ball was still back here in the backside of him. And nice play, good pair of hands by Kyle Massey. And
He's got a basketball. He's got basketball hands. That's for
yeah,
sure.
he does. There's the extra point by Pat Maher is good, and it's the Raiders 33, the Hilltoppers 6, 9:18 left in the fourth quarter of play, George. And
well, they're starting, their offense is certainly diversified, the run, pass, And
yeah, they've really mixed it up tonight, which is that's good to see. You're not relying on that maybe in the games previous to this. You may have again, if you've got a back like Mackie McLeod in the ball game, you're going to run them, a good 25, 30, 35 times a game, But
he's a go-to guy. Right?
he really is. But Bobby brought up a good point at halftime. Bob Fredette said that the Raiders weren't sure of this team coming in.
No.
And they seemed a little disorganized. And finally, once they got on track, and they took the.
As we were mentioning, once they had all those penalties, I think that's when he woke up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It seemed to be that's when it happened. So we've got 9:18 left here in the fourth quarter of play. The Raiders on top, 33-6 over the St. Johnsbury Hilltoppers, and the Raiders looking to end the season here at home. They'll be at home next Saturday afternoon against the Mounties of MSJ, and then it's on to the playoffs. Here's the kick taken by, he goes, going to hit the turf there, is number 28 for St. J, Brian Goodwin on the return. And unfortunately he slipped trying to come upfield.
He's only a sophomore.
Some younger players here on the St. J squad.
Yeah, they do have
had some playing time this evening. Well, you look out there, the Raiders.
15 sophomores on that squad.
They're going to be back. They'll be back, and they'll be improved next year in Division I. If they stay there, I believe. Here's the handoff, and this is Johnson on the carry. Finally taken down, or is that Donovan? Let's see. No, it was Donovan. Donovan on the carry. So what do we got here? Turner on a 19-yard pass from Temple. And it's 43-13. Okay, thank you. 43-13. MSJ trailing Middlebury there, George. Up at, but the Mounties coming out, getting a couple touchdowns on the arm of Colin Temple. Here's the reverse. That took a long time to develop. Boy, it took a while, and nothing much there for the Hilltoppers on the reverse. Seemed like it took half a day to develop on that play, and unfortunately for St. J, nothing there. Second down and 10. 33-6, the Raiders on top of this one. 8:26 left here. We're live at Alumni Field this evening. Palmieri over the, it's picked, almost picked off. And Massey was there.
Mr. Everything.
Yes, I tell you, the kid has really stepped up. He's quite an athlete. You know, you could point to Massey, Justin Camden tonight. You got some fellas along that line that have been playing the good defense. Delpha, number 79 out there for the Raiders. Greg Lewis, number 54. You know, you can go right down the line, and everybody has stepped up tonight for the Raider. Here's Palmieri looking, fumble, loose football, and it's Travis Fillion, I believe, comes up with the football for the Raiders. And what are they going to? What's the call here? They're going to, it's definitely a Raider football. As Palmieri was feeling the pressure of the Raider defensive line, and Travis Fillion, boy, it was a mad dash by those Raider linemen to get the football. You could see their eyes were really wide as they pounced on the football, and that doesn't happen very often, though. You got a loose football, and those linemen go right after it, you know. They can snap that up and run it in for a touchdown. That makes the game, the day, that's for sure. Here's the Shortle. He's got Lesser behind him, and the give us to Bill Lesser on the carry. And he gets inside the 25. 54 there, George, on the tackle.
54.
Boothby, I believe. That's how you pronounce it?
Boothby. Robert Boothby, right.
On the tackle for St. John's. He looked like he was a little shaken up on the play, but he's staying in there. It's a 2nd and 5 after the carry by Bill Lesser. Ball at the 22. Shortle barks him out.
Here's the handoff. Left side.
Look at this. 44. And we got a flag on the play. Hold the phone here. This may come back. That was Brett Perenzin on the carry for the Raiders, but a flag was down.
He took off. He's only a sophomore.
Yes, he did. Well, Perenzin plays defense for the Raiders. And they used him in the backfield on that play. Illegal block is the call against the Raiders.
It looked like a hold.
So this will bring them back. And it's hard. No, I guess it's when they go like this.
Didn't he go like this?
The call was like that.
I'm sorry. Okay.
So it was a illegal block by the Raiders. So they'll bring that play back, unfortunately, for Brett Perenzin. Nice run by Perenzin. He's got some speed. Yeah, he's definitely got some wheels there. It's a 2nd down.
Don't you get a chance to see these kids when they're freshmen and sophomores?
Well, yeah, we do, which is good. You know, Ernie and I, we do the freshman and JV games up here in Rutland, and you get a chance. You're right. Here he goes again, though. He's got Perenzin coming out of the backfield this time, and stopped by a host of Hilltoppers down there.
Did you see Coach Norman putting in some of these kids? Like, he's only a sophomore, is he?
I
think he's a sophomore, yeah. Yes, sophomore.
We had him last year. I remember last year we had him on the freshman or JV squad, freshman team last year. And he showed some, that's what makes it interesting. You get these kids in the freshman level, and then you watch them through the years develop. It's fun to watch. Here's number 32, I think. Dave Turrell on the carry for the Raiders.
Okay, he's got the checkbook there.
And we got something
He's a junior, 5'7", 175.
Well, this will bring up a,
5'7".
let's see, fourth down.
Just a low guy.
6:35 left here in the fourth quarter of play. And we're going to have a measurement here.
Measurement for the first down here. All you can see the team gets it on the first down correct.
Oh, top of the morning to you, Ernie.
How about these guys right here? They paid a price.
Oh, they guess they did.
Mike Carboneau and Leo paying the price here tonight, huh, you guys?
Frank Dave is trying to stay warm right now.
Yeah.
Can you speed that thing up?
Freddie Funfucker over here.
Okay, Freddie. First and 10 for the Raiders as they picked up the first down, George. 6:32 left here in the fourth quarter of play, and the Raiders knocking on the door again here. The handoff, Turo. And Dave Turo, he's a tough kid.
Walking stuffed hard right past the line of scrimmage. The Academy sniffed that one the whole way. Hard hit there.
Turo checks out now. Is 42 now. 42 into the ball game.
42's in there. That's
Yeah, that's got to be. Oh boy, we don't have.
we don't have that number.
No, that's got to be a JV player. Here's the handoff. Here's Perenzin. And he's wrestled to the ground down here. Coming up to make the stop was number 40 there, Buxton, on the tackle for St. Johnsbury. Perenzin on the carry. It brings up a third down and 8 now for the Raiders as 11 for the Raiders checks in. That's John O'Malley.
John O'Malley.
So O'Malley goes to the left as a wide out. 32, is that 22? 22 is into the game. Sean Horvath, the wide out. Perenzin on the carry. Well, I'll tell you, he's dragging
Yeah, he did.
a host of Hilltoppers with him.
Made a nice cut.
As Perenzin got the call.
He took out Paul Mary players on defense too. The quarterback.
Fourth down coming up for the Raiders now. It's 4:50 left here, fourth quarter play. And the Raiders leading in this one 33-6 here, live at Alumni Field this evening.
A lot of new people in there. You know, he's using a lot of people here.
It's a good time to use them, really.
It's a good time to use them.
Shortall, the handoff, and carrying some St. J players with him. It looks like 42. Boy, I wish we had his number on the roster, but it's got to be a JV player
Didn't make the first down.
for the Raiders.
This fourth and
You know,
three.
I meant to bring the JV roster with me, but I forgot it at home. And I had a feeling you might see some of the JV players getting into the ball game here at the towards the end of the game this evening. So it is a.
How many years it happened? Pretty good deal.
Yeah. Actually, the JVs they suffered their first loss this past Monday. They lost to Essex, and it was their first loss of the season. We had the freshman game here yesterday afternoon against Essex, and the freshman lost. So this year, the Essex Hornets have swept the Raiders in football this year.
Yeah, okay.
And it's probably been a while since
they've
that's been done. So the Raiders have had the Hornets number the last few years. So.
It's always a tough program up there. I mean, a good program up there.
You know, I was amazed at the amount of kids they had. Ernie and I were here yesterday afternoon to do the ball game, and they had more than the kids. You see the kids down here from St. Johnsbury on the sidelines.
Right.
They had enough to make 3 full squads.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, so they had quite a contingent
That's
here.
A big
from Essex.
program.
It really is.
It's always been a big program.
St. Johnsbury were the first and 10. And let's see, on the carry, like 46 on the call that time for
That's
St.
Davenport,
Johnsbury.
right?
Davenport. And we got 4:11 left as the clock continues to run here at Alumni. As the Raiders finally getting untracked here in the second half of play, and they leading right now, 33-6. Here's the handoff. Paul Mary, the quarterback. The handoff going this time. Let's see as they unpile there.
Sean Gabolski's in there.
That's the final. Okay, we got a final from Middlebury tonight, 43-13. Middlebury over MSJ. So that's the final from Division I matchup up there this evening. So here's Paul Mary barking them out. Handoff, and still going is number 46 there for St. J. Davenport gets the call. We got some new numbers in there, George. If you want to pick them out, the Raider defense.
Sean Gabolski's in there. Zach Thompson's in there for Rutland. Who's that, 81?
55 is Grabowski,
I don't have
right?
81. He's not on the roster.
Unfortunately, a lot of these, some of these players are JV players, right? And this time is, let's see, 26 on the carry. That time for St. J is Jane is the Zhang, I believe is how is the correct pronunciation on the carry for St. Johnsbury. Second down now.
Cut some more.
62 out there. Of course, we're at a disadvantage because we don't have the junior varsity.
See, a lot of these kids are junior. I don't have the numbers here. They're not on the roster.
And the handoff here, the number 22 for St. Johnsbury. That's Wilkins. Oh, we got a flag flying in late here as the penalty marker's down on the field.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Might have been a late hit. I didn't catch it, but it could be a late hit call against the Raiders. We'll hang on and see. They had a second down and 5, the Hilltoppers did. No, they call it against St. Johnsbury.
What do you call?
Personal foul, I believe, was the call.
Personal foul.
So the stands across the way start to empty out, and they'll be back next Saturday for the annual rivalry matchup next week here at Alumni. And the Raiders will pick up the home field advantage in the playoffs. Yeah. Dominus Fabisco here. And it'll be a 3rd and 15 now for the Hilltoppers. Palmieri drops back, looks over the middle, pass is complete, and there he is. Cross midfield, still going is Buxton. Buxton still on his feet, and he gets in. He got into the end zone, George. Unbelievable.
Quite a run.
It was quite a run by Buxton. And Matt Buxton got the pass, and I'll tell you, there was Raider defenders just bouncing off of him all the way down the field.
Tough
and
kid.
He is a tough kid that was able to get into the end zone for a...
right, they had a couple shots at him down here around the 20.
They certainly did, but Buxton takes it in for the score. It's 33-12, 150 left here in the ball game, and
well executed play.
great job. He's quite, I'll tell you, he's a good athlete.
Yes.
So Buxton gets in. It's 33-12. They're going to go for 2, and the Raiders are not going to allow
good play.
The 2-point play. Who is 69? Number 69 out there.
60. No, he's not on the roster.
We don't have our
Sorry
roster.
about that, folks. We don't have it here on the roster. Somebody didn't do their homework.
No, I have to admit, I probably should have brought that JV roster with me, but because a lot of these players right now are definitely junior varsity players that have come up for the night's ball game and getting some experience out there, which is something that Ernie doesn't have. But
they must dress so during the year, though, don't
right. But they're fortunate they're able to come up in a game such as this to get some experience. You're right, you know, and especially, oh, there we go. We just happen to have a JV roster thanks to Ernie Sewell.
Signal me so I can plug.
Okay. There we go, George. We got, there's your numbers. Okay. 62 was, we were looking at 62, Adam Conway. I'll let you have that.
Yeah, okay.
And we'll get some of these. We've only got 150 left, but we'll try to get as many of these.
Let's get all these kids in there.
Younger players in.
They want to see their names. They want to hear their names.
I'm looking for an onside kick here from St. Johnsbury. 33-12, 150 left here, and St. Johnsbury faithful has been excited here by the play of Buxton. Matt Buxton took the pass from Palmieri and raced down the sidelines to make it a 33-12 ball game. Here's the onside kick. It's covered by Steve Shortle, the Raider quarterback. As Shortle covers up.
Ooh, he's got a on a kick.
Yeah, really. So the Raiders will have it 1st and 10.
I think that Mike's a little upset about this.
Yeah.
Because he got a lot of the kids, the first team in there.
Yeah. He's got.
Well, he did on the.
Well, he did on the kick. He had a lot of the wideouts and the backs, the sure-handed people there for the. We got a 1st and 10.
Sean Horvath.
There you go. Sean Horvath. Yep. Horvath is the Raider quarterback now. And
Jack Eddy.
42 on the carry.
The 17 a quarterback, right?
Right. Sean Horvath. Is that, yeah.
Jake
Eddy. I'm sorry. Jake Eddy is
Jake Eddy's the quarterback.
Okay.
75 is Justin Horvath.
Now 42 got the call. I don't have his name down. Let's see. 42 actually is.
Okay, let's get all of them in here. 66.
We don't have 42 on the
is John Wallet. John Wallet's in there. 66. Y'all, you got a lot of the kids.
2nd down and 9, and Jake Eddy, the Raider quarterback, in there, and 30. I believe it was 32. That's Dave Turrell. Dave Turrell on the carry for the Raiders. Is we're under a minute to go here at Alumni, and it's a 33-12 ball game. And the Raiders on top here. It's a 3rd and 8 now. As Coach Norman has pretty much cleared the bench. As he's going with the substitutes here, which he has had the last couple of minutes now. In this 4th quarter here tonight.
32 is Kyle Tricell.
Tricell. There you go. Here's number 44. That's, I believe that's Perenzin, Brett Perenzin. And the clock continues to run, George. We're down about 20 seconds now left in the contest. And it's probably going to let this run right down here. As the Raiders in no hurry.
Greg McLaughlin.
Yeah. So we try to get as many as we could in. As he went with the subs there. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that'll just about do it here. As the Raiders, George, coming into this matchup, they needed this win. As the cannon goes once again.
Get that home field.
They got the home field advantage now for that playoff game. They got the Mounties coming in next week, and if you look at this game, what's your thoughts as far as what they had to do and what they did tonight here at Alumni Field?
They did what they had to do. Although, the beginning of this game, the first quarter, it was, the first half actually was, it was pretty close there until they finally opened it up. The last 6 minutes of the game, the half, that opened up the whole game once they got the momentum going, as we've discussed several times here tonight, and evaluating what happened. The penalties, I really think, really woke Rutland up.
Well, I think so. And then, of course, they didn't do anything to help St. Johnsbury. They picked up those penalties, which were a deficit to them.
I shouldn't say woke them up, but it got them thinking.
I think so. And again, a little bit of adversity because they were without the services of Mackie McLeod, so not used to that offense operating a lot without him in there.
Yeah,
so
it's sort of such a chemistry, what we call chemistry in the game.
You're right, because there is a certain chemistry when they show up and they go out on that field and you got your best back and he's running, he's picking up 5, 6, 7 yards a pop.